Let's talk about Python libraries. I want to discuss Python libraries so we can talk about virtual environments. Virtual environments are really hard for beginners to understand, but if you understand what libraries are, if you understand the concept of installing external libraries, virtual environments become easy to understand. So in this video, we're going to talk about just what are Python libraries, just at a high level, right? We're not going to go too deep, so you should be able to follow it no matter at what level you're at. And I'm going to show this on Windows because it doesn't really matter, but Windows makes it really easy to see. Mac does things in a kind of weird way, but Windows is very clear. Everything is folders and files, so it is easy to understand. So we're going to talk about that. So when you install Python, right, you're going to get a package. You're going to get a bunch of things that Python needs and Python provides for you. Let's say I've installed Python on my Windows machine. So when you install it, you get to choose where to install it. In my case, I installed it in C and program files and in a folder called Python 3.11. Let's talk about 3.11. We can use any of those for example, but I'm going to do 3.11, right? So I have 3.10, 3.13 on my machine. You might have just whatever you have, like 3.14 or something, whatever is available when you're watching this video, whenever you install Python, right? And it's okay to have multiple. You can have as many as you want. So Python, when I install it, it gets installed into this folder, Python 3.11. So let's go look at what's in there. When we look at Python 3.11, we get a bunch of files, a lot of stuff, right? Python, you don't need to know how everything works. It's based on C, all of that. You just don't need to know that. What I want you to visualize right now, or actually see, is when you install Python, you downloaded all those things, okay? Everything that Python needs. And then inside of there is a folder called lib. Inside of lib, there are different packages. Those are different Python files, and this is called a standard library. So I'm going to give you an analogy. So when you look at a kitchen, right? This is very simple to understand, so I just chose a kitchen. When you download in Python, think of it like you just got a kitchen. Somebody gave you a kitchen, you went and rent a kitchen or something like that. And that kitchen has the stuff you need to be able to cook, right? Usually basic stuff. You have all the equipment, right? You have the fridge, you have the stove and the oven, the microwave, everything. And then you're going to have some ingredients. You're going to have like salt and pepper. You're going to have some onions, some potatoes and some tomatoes, and some lettuce, some, basic stuff that would allow you to cook basic food, right? So it's all there. When you get a kitchen, you get that. So that's kind of like Python is. When you download Python, you get a standard library. It's much bigger than basic. It's a lot of stuff, but it's not everything you'll ever need to build applications. You're going to get stuff just like the kitchen I just talked about. So the kitchen I just mentioned, right, with all those basic ingredients, you can't make anything fancy. Let's say you want to make like Thai food. You're going to need some special spices, all right? You want to make some Ethiopian food, or you want to make some Indian food, or you want to make some ragu steak. You're going to need some different specialized kind of, ingredients and spices and things like that the kitchen does not provide. So what do? You're going to go to the store and you're going to buy some stuff and put it into the kitchen. So you start out with a kitchen that has basic ingredients and basic equipment. Then you're going to go to the store and you fill it in with a bunch of specialized ingredients for the stuff that you want, right? Understanding this concept and relating Python to this is going to really help when we talk about virtual environments in the next video. So here, just think of it, you start with a basic kitchen. It has everything you need to be able to cook. You can cook, but basic stuff. But then you want to make something specialized. You need some special ingredients, some special spices. You go somewhere and you go get them and you stock your kitchen, right? So now you visualize that. In Python, the same idea happens. You have all the stuff you need for basic stuff. So it's called a standard library, also built-in library. If you want to get deep into it, built-in library and standard library, they're different, but just think of them as the same thing. When you download Python, you get all the brain and everything else, but you also get a bunch of libraries. Then you want external things. When you want to get additional functionality, in our case, we're automation engineers, so we use Selenium and then we use Playwright. Those are Python code that somebody else wrote. They're not packaged with Python. When you install Python, you don't get Selenium with it. You don't get Playwright with it. You don't get requests with it. Those are Python code that other people wrote that had specialized use. So what you do is you're going to go and you're going to install those things. You're going to install those libraries. For example, and when you install those libraries, it goes into this side packages. Again, even with this, there's some complication. It might go into this folder. It might go into another folder. But just know that Python is going to download it, is that it's going to put it in this particular folder. If we use Python 11, it's going to put it in this site packages, or there is a common place for the system. It might put it there. I'm going to start command prompt as administrator, so to make sure it goes here. Okay. So now let's look at that. Let me open command prompt. Okay, I'm going to go to search command prompt. I'm going to open it as administrator. It's going to ask me for approval. Yes. Now, if I do Python -- version, I know it's using 3.11. Or if I do pip -- version, It's using pip 3.11 for Python 3.11. So you don't need to know all this. I just want to show you when I install what happens. Now notice the folder here, right? There is no package called Selenium here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say pip install Selenium. So this command, this pip command is called a package manager for Python. It's going to go find Selenium from a particular place. There's a place called PyPI where people write code and they publish it so other people can download it. Okay. So we use pip a lot. What pip does is going to go and find it. We're telling pip, hey, go ahead and install a package called Selenium. So it's going to go find it. We never told it what version of Selenium. So it's going to go and find the latest one it finds and it's going to install it. So I'm going to hit enter. This is right now going to the internet, going to a particular place and finding code, a Selenium code that people wrote, and is putting it here. So with the kitchen analogy, what I just did right now is I started out with an empty kitchen. Well, not an empty kitchen, a kitchen with basic stuff. Then I went to the store and I bought all my ingredients and I'm stocking it. See the relationship? Hopefully that relationship makes sense. I just made up that analogy, but that's really what it is. You install Python, you get a clean kitchen, right? Something you can cook and you can work in, but you need special ingredients. In our case right now, we need Selenium so we can open browsers and run some tests. Like Selenium's special functionality is to open a browser and interact with a browser like a human would. So we use it to run automated tests. So we need that functionality, and somebody wrote that. Somebody else wrote that functionality in Python. So now we can tell Python, hey, go bring that library. So that's a library or a package, whatever you want to name it. You can name it this, whatever you want. So it went in and downloaded it. So it finished downloading. It says I'm successfully downloaded it. So now if you go to that folder, now there's a lot more stuff in the site packages folder, right? Including Selenium. So Selenium should be here, right? Selenium is right there. So installed Selenium. Why do we have a lot more? Selenium itself depends on a bunch of other libraries. We say go download Selenium. Selenium is a library, but Selenium itself, the people that designed Selenium, they used other people's code to make it work. So Selenium also depends on a bunch of other libraries. So when we install Selenium, Selenium went and installed a bunch of things that it needs. That's why we got a bunch of things here. Okay, let's do another library, for example. So let's go to R and look for requests. It's not there, right? It goes to P and it goes to S. There's no R in between. Now I'm going to come here. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to say pip. Again, remember pip is a command. Install. And we're going to give it the package or the library to install. Requests. Request is one of the most, it's probably the most popular library in Python. It's a library used to make API calls. You make API requests through the internet. It's very, very, very popular library. So I'm going to say pip install request. So what that did is, hey, in this project, whatever project I'm working on, I need a way to make API calls. So I need a library that's going to help me make API calls. So, you're going to do research. You're going to have to know what library is there. So for the request, any programmer would know to use requests. It's just really popular. But if you're doing something like that's not very common, before you start to write the code, like you can design the whole thing from scratch. But you're going to think about like, wait, somebody might have done this already. So there might be a library that's doing everything that I want to do. So I can just install that library and I can build my application. I can build whatever I'm trying to build using something that already exists. If not, you can create your own logic and then you can publish it so other people can use it. Let's say you write code that does something special. I didn't even think this through, but let's say you write code that, I don't know, it cooks food or something, right? Something weird. If you figure that out, you can package it as a library and you can make it available to other people so other people can download it and use it in their code. So now you do your research. You'll be like, hey, is there a library that I want or that I can use for what I need? And you do research, you find it, you find the name, you find the version, and you can tell pip, hey, go download it. So I'm going to hit enter. Now what pip is doing is going to the internet, finding a package called requests and downloading it, right? Now if I go back to my folder, now there is requests downloaded here, right? So that's what libraries are. So you have the basic stuff, like the kitchen with the basic stuff, the kitchen with the equipment and basic ingredients, right? Let me say that again, that's going to help. You have a kitchen, right? So when you download Python, you get everything you need to cook, right? But then you only can cook basic things. You have all the equipment, you have some ingredients like onions, tomatoes, potatoes, right? Then you need some specialized dish. Let's say I love Thai food. So let's say you want to make Thai food. So to make Thai food, you need coconut milk, you need this kind of spice, that kind of spice. Then you need more stuff into your kitchen so you can cook what you want. So you're going to go to the store or order it and you're going to add it into the kitchen. So that's what we did here. So we have Python that comes with its own standard ingredients, its own standard tools. But we need specialized tools. Python is not made for us to do web browser testing, right? But we can use Python for web browser testing because other people wrote library that works with Python. So we're going to tell pip, hey, go get me the library that I want, and pip is going to go get it and puts it into this site packages. That's really what libraries are. That's really what external libraries are, without at a high level, right, without getting into it. But that's the whole idea of package management. Pip is package manager. It kind of manages the versions and things like that that you want to download. So it goes, finds it to a specific place and puts it into your system. But right now we did not create a virtual environment and we only have one kitchen. We downloaded Python, right? That's our kitchen. So whenever we put ingredients in there, it's going to put it into that kitchen. So now that kitchen is going to be contaminated, right? Like today I'm making Thai food, so I have Thai spices everywhere. Tomorrow I want to make Indian food, and now I have to bring Indian food, Indian spices, but I still have the Thai spices. It's all mixed up. It's not going to work very well. It's going to contaminate it. And you can only have one thing of one type. Let's say you want to have paprika, right? You can't have spicy paprika and normal paprika. You can just have paprika. So in the kitchen, you can only have one kind of paprika, so you cannot use it for the other kind of dish. So I'm just giving you a little preview of how virtual environments are going to help us. What virtual environment is going to do is they're going to take that kitchen, create a copy of it. So your original kitchen remains clean and safe. Then you're going to create another kitchen. You're going to copy another kitchen. And in that kitchen, you're going to add the new stuff you want. So you have the original kitchen that's clean, make a copy of it, and you build Thai food. You can add a bunch of Thai ingredients. Then you're going to create another copy from the fresh one, and you can do Indian food in there. A whole different kind of spices, right? So that's what virtual environments do. So let's move on to the next video, and we're going to talk about virtual environments. We're actually going to use them. We're going to create them. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you like the kitchen analogy. I wonder how you guys are going to appreciate that, or is that going to be annoying, or what? I think it really helps visualize what's happening with the library. It's just downloading different code into your clean environment. And this is a really good background to get into virtual environments. All right, so let's go ahead to the next video and talk about virtual environments.